likely to vote Conservative? Hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're thinking about it. 10. Okay. Well, that tells you something. Now it's time for the candidates. Why hasn't he asked you the question?
That tells you something.
Each of them will have 45 seconds to spell out why they believe they're the best person to be Britain's next Prime Minister. We have drawn lots for the order, and first up is Kemi Badenoch.
Thank you, Christian. It's time to tell the truth. The truth is, unless we change, we will fail. I love this country. I chose it when I was 16. It is the best place in the world. Nowhere else on the planet would give me the opportunity, standing in front of the nation, asking for the honor of being the leader of the government. And yet, our country can still be so much better. Better for those working hard to make ends meet, like I did on minimum wage, flipping burgers at McDonald's all those years ago. Better for all our children. I will fight as hard for yours as I do for my 3 kids, protecting their future by looking after our environment, improving schools, and creating a strong economy. And we will do this with better government. The machine is not working. As an engineer, I know how to strip things down and get them to work. And with me as your Prime Minister, we will have the change for the better. And that's the honest truth.
Tom Tegundhat.
Thank you very much for watching this evening, because this evening isn't actually about us. It's not just about the Conservative Party. It's about you, your country.
Shut the hell up, Tom Tegundhat. Tom Tegundhat, you know what? He don't give a fuck about the Palestinians. Tom Tegundhat loves Saudi Arabia. He loves Saudi Arabia. Hey, did you see what they did to Khashoggi? Did you see what they did in New York City? Do you see what they do to their own people, their own women who show too much ankle, or atheist, or somebody who's not there? Apostasy. Hell, they used to be and then they weren't. And Kemi Badenoch's life story is inspirational. Penny Mordaunt's got a few policy ideas. Not many more than that, though. The rain in Spain lies mainly in the plain, you bloomin' fucking wankers. Chimney churro. England, you got to vote for Liz Truss. Truss and Liz Truss, or Kemi Badenoch. You got to vote for Kemi. You got to vote for Liz Truss. Tom Tegundhat, he hated Putin since 2018. Liz Truss, apparently, she just started to hate Putin. Is that what Tom Tegundhat is suggesting? Liz Truss is England's Liz Warren. Liz Truss is a notable cheesemonger who doesn't love cheese. Liz Truss led the fight against Putin to defend Ukraine. And defending others is an everlasting right. It's right and just and good. Rishi Sunak pushed for the economic boycott. His wife promised to get out of Russia. They just hired, or were hiring, a new employee in April. Infosystem was traitors to peace, love, and tranquility. Infosystem, the enemy of humanity. Kemi Badenoch's life story is inspirational. It wouldn't have worked here. Flipping burgers and then became president, not possible. So that would be remarkable. So Rishi Sunak, Rishi Sunak, his wife, is providing computer and internet services to the Russians right now? No, that can't be true. Rishi Sunak's wife is providing computer and internet services to the Russians right now. Tom Tegundhat hated Putin since 2018. Liz Truss is going to fight Putin, and yet Rishi Sunak's wife is profiting. So, okay, taking money from them, but you're providing computer and internet services to the Russians right now, right? Making sure they got top-notch internet, top-notch computers so they can see what Putin is saying and different, So, certainly, Rishi Sunak's wife wouldn't be providing computer and internet services, and it wouldn't be in some major city. It would be in, like, some far remote village, too, right? Rishi Sunak's wife is providing computer and internet services to Moscow? Is that why they're so fucking rich? Is that why they're so goddamn rich? Right in the heart of Russia and the capital? I mean, wow, that's... Did they go ahead and do Putin? Have they wired Putin's computer up? Tom Tegundhat, he hated Putin since 2018, at least since 2018. There's 5 more candidates left. 5 more candidates. Hey, England, make sure you go vote for Kemi Badenoch or Liz Truss. If you vote for Tom Tegundhat, if you vote for Rishi Sunak, or if you vote for that other asshole Penny Mordaunt, you're basically sending England to hell in a handbasket. Rishi Sunak is pushing for an economic boycott of Russia, except for not his wife. His wife can make all the money. That's okay. His wife can provide computer, internet services. His wife can service Putin in Russia all that she wants to service Putin in Russia. She's got 1%. She owns only 1% of the company. That's just, what, $1 billion fucking dollars? It's just 1% of the company. In 5 days, 3 candidates are going to be eliminated. Then there will only be 2 remaining. Hopefully it's Kemi Badenoch and Liz Truss. So here's some other policies of Liz Truss. Liz Truss is terrible when it comes to the Rwanda refugees, but she's good when it comes to lowering taxes. She wants to reverse the NIC's hike. The NIC's hike cut taxes from day one. She wants to reform the Euro court and leave it all together. If it's not possible to reform the Euro court. So she wants to reform the Euro court, reverse the NIC's hike, publicly recognize the genocide in China, I think the Uyghurs, right? Reduce the size of the state in comparison to the private sector. So Milton Friedman economics, right? Have a small, tiny government. Milton Friedman said the only government you really need is your court system because you need a fair place to resolve your disputes. Reduce the size of the state in comparison to the private sector, Milton Friedman. She also wants low tax zones. She says everybody needs to start their own businesses. In these low tax zones, these low regulation and low tax zones, everybody should have the same opportunity, regardless of their background or where they live. That's according to Liz Truss. She wants bold supply side reform. She wants to tackle the cost of energy. She wants to have, low taxes, create a low tax, low regulation zones, new hubs for enterprise, revitalize local areas. She's pro-family. She's smart and intelligent. She's got a British accent. Another accent there. I can't figure it out. Gutter English. I don't know. She's going to continue to oppose Putin. She'll continue to defend Ukraine. Don't give in to the naysayers as Trade Secretary Japan and Australia signed trade deals with the UK. Something about the Belfast Agreement. I like listening to her. I like her broken street English. I like her Elijah Doolittleism. She wants to sweep some chimneys, chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Elijah Doolittle. Hello. Hello. The rain is painless, my lord. The plane. Would you like a spot of tea? No. Like a spot of Liz Truss, though, as Prime Minister. Liz Truss says no to raising taxes. Rishi Sunak, however, he's going to raise the shit out of the corporate taxes up to 25%. He's going to increase the military budget by 3, up from 2.5% of the GDP, or budget, I want to say GDP, to 3% of the GDP. Rishi Sunak says, we will cut taxes, we will cut it responsibly. I would describe it as common sense Thatcherism. Wow. Rishi Sunak is hiding under Thatcherism? Comment said by the former Chancellor of the Exchequer. Hold on. Rishi Sunak is the Chancellor of the Exchequer? I'm the Chancellor of the whole country? No. Of just the Exchequer? Yes. That Exchequer is mine. You can do whatever you want over there, but if you come to the Exchequer, likely Rishi Sunak would make further cuts to benefits and public services if elected Prime Minister. He's a conservative. It's a voting record. He's consistently voted. So I guess the NHS, the social services, there's a big problem with the social services. And I guess Rishi Sunak is trying to say he's going to finance the NHS. He's going to finance the social services. But he may have to raise taxes. And so he's making it seem like he's being common sense. He's not like, I want to raise taxes. He's just kind of like, we may have to raise some taxes. I just don't want to promise too much, and if we just go in there looking for taxes to cut and it doesn't make sense to do that. He said something about you can't borrow your way into something, so just keep it taking on more and more debt. Rishi Sunak has consistently voted for reducing central government spending of local government, so that should be expected. It's unique. It's interesting. He doesn't want the central government of the United Kingdom to finance local governments. I think you should build hospitals, but that's it. So if the local government can help to build a hospital, Penny Mordaunt, she is fun, looks like a good sport, has an attractive personality. She's also very voluptuous, but not when it comes to policies. She's got very few planks to her policies. Here's some of her policies. She wants an immediate 50% cut to the fuel duty. She said, duty, establish a task force to address the paralysis in the NHS, appoint a cabinet minister with responsibility for family policies, repeal the 2030 ban on new petrol and diesel cars, big tent conservatism. She is not a homophobe. Rishi Sunak may be a homophobe, which is interesting because he's Pretty Boy Floyd, right? Pretty Boy Floyd is a homophobe. Bafamgoo, fuck that shit. Can you really trust somebody that damn weak? So it's good that Penny Mordaunt is not a homophobe. They're trying to say she's too woke when it comes to she respects transgendered people. Legally speaking, that's, you know, what they're supposed to do with the genders or whatever, but she's saying, I know that I'm a woman and they are not a woman. I'm a different kind of woman than what kind of woman they are. Big tent Toryism. She's also for censoring hate speech. Penny Mordaunt is for censoring hate speech. Since, you know, I grew up in the deep, dirty fucking South. I love free speech, but I can't stand the fucking racism that's down there. So, you know, I kind of like, you got the right to speak, but why, you just going to be a hate-filled piece of shit? Gross. She says her big tent Toryism is going to bring together all the best parts of the conservative tradition, the individual, the communitarian, the pro-enterprise spirit with a deep compassion, concern for social justice, a global outlook with the domestic renewal. Penny Mordaunt's a junior trade minister. In her youth, she served as a magician's assistant and later appeared on a reality TV show that did a short stint as head of foreign press for George W. Bush's 2000 presidential campaign. Penny Mordaunt team responded that she had nothing but respect for Lord Frost and that Penny will always stick up for Brexit, always has. A prime minister needs more than huge tits to be a good ruler. Penny Mordaunt wrote a book called Britain Beyond Brexit. And in Britain Beyond Brexit, she sets out how to reconcile the divisions within the party through a big tent Toryism, conservatism, philosophy. Now, Tom Tugendhat, Tom Gutenheimer, Schmidt, that's my name too. Whenever we go out, the people always shout, there goes Tom Tugendhat. Oh, Tom Tugendhat. His wow, big three, Bilderberg, he's part of the Bilderberg group. He's motherfucking loves goddamn Saudi Arabia and motherfucking hates the goddamn Palestinians. Stop the military occupation, two-state solution, and fuck Saudi Arabia on so many fucking levels. Saudi Arabia needs a constitution, needs to implement a Bill of Rights, needs 3 branches of government. They, not just democracy, but motherfucking, they need a lot of things, really. We need to find who are the biggest American supporters, the biggest supporters of democracy and freedom, and finance them as much as possible. There's some businesses. I think Trump owns some businesses there, so maybe we could funnel some money through the Trump organization to the revolutionaries, because Saudi Arabia is a dictatorship. It's a terrible regime. It's like fucking North Korea. But because our elites in our country and their elites in their country are fucking best friends, we go along with this charade. We go along with this charade. Tegundhat praised Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. You know, he just loves the way that he killed Khashoggi and did 9/11. That's what Tom Tegundhat's all about. 9/11 and killing journalists. Fuck Julian Assange. And to hell with the atheist and anybody else who believes in truth, reality, science, justice, technology. And any other woman who doesn't think she's the property of her husband shows too much ankle. Women can drive, but that's all they can do. And only to go pick up the groceries or pick up the children. And they got to come right back. Tegundhat praised Saudi Arabia's. He's rightly showing a vision for Saudi Arabia that sees her taking her place as a player in the global economy. And I think that's incredibly positive, not just for Saudi Arabia, but for the world. Oh, yeah, he's a strong supporter of Israel, which is fine. But why don't he support Palestine? Criticize the United Nations Security Council for its official criticism of Israel's building settlements in the occupied Palestine. So he's okay with Israel stealing land in Palestine, established Tom Tegundhat. This is the only decent idea. He wants to establish an institute of technology in every major town and city, which is decent. Keep Rwanda deportation policy because, you know, he's fucking right-wing racist. Hates the Palestinians, hates the Rwandans. Loves the Saudi Arabian royal princes, though, that hate democracy and human rights and civil liberties and a Bill of Rights and a Constitution and that's the same as Rishi Sunak, though, with Rwanda. Racist SOB. Reverse the NI rise. What's the NI rise? Tom Gutenheimer. He says he's going to spend 3% of the GDP on defense, i.e. war, increased war spending. Rishi Sunak says to keep the war spending at current levels. So that's incredible, right? I mean, there is something with Liz, you know, Truss, raising defense spending but cutting taxes. You're going to spend more and take in less because you got to have, you know, a balance. You can't spend any more money than what you got. You can't spend more than the tax revenue. No increase different than Tom Rittenhouse. Tom Tegundhat. What kind of hat is this? It's a Tegundhat. Now, Kemi Badenoch. The key policies to Kemi Badenoch. Actually, let's listen to Tom Tegundhat. I'll listen to Tom Tegundhat for a half a minute. All right, Tom Tegundhat. What say Yai?
Tell them who you want to support.
What say Yeezy? Go ahead, Yeezy. Go ahead, Tom Tegundhat. Can you hear me?
What we're seeing around the world.
Yeah, you're on the John Masters show. Go ahead. What's your name? What's your comment?
We can turn this around. Now we know that people are asking the right question. People tonight have been asking the right question. We need a clean start. We all know that. But some of us have the answer. Some of us have the answer tonight. Now, I have a track record of leadership. I have led on operations and I have led in Parliament.
Time's up.
And now, I would like to lead the United Kingdom.
He was like Uncle Albert and only fools and horses.
Kemi Badenoch, 16 years of age, goes to London, England, or someplace in the United Kingdom from Nigeria. You got 200 million people in Nigeria. She speaks English as her second language. Not for sure what her first language is. Her key policies is she wants to cut taxes too, rein in the spending, open to the withdrawal from the Euro court. She's open to the withdrawal. Not like Liz Truss, who's like, we got to reform it or just get out. Reduce funding for Mickey Mouse degrees, right? Them goddamn Mickey Mouse degrees for happenstance and accreditation. Scrap the online harms bill. It's a government white paper jointly proposed by the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport in the Home Office. The white paper outlines ambitious plans to make the UK the safest place in the world to go online and the best place to start and grow a digital business. Reduce the amount spent on foreign aid. This is Kemi Badenoch. No more foreign aid. No more diversity offices. Opposes net zero 2050 target. What? By 2050? Nah. I think we should set the target at 3050 at least. Pro climate change. Is she gonna just throw trash, pro pollution, just anti-recycling, pro dirty, just Kemi Badenoch said she wants to change the concept of the target net zero 2050. 2050 is motherfucking 28 years in the future. 28 years in the future, net zero carbon. That's very admirable. 0. Is it the 0 number? Is that what the... Suella Braverman said the 2050 date should be moved back. So the goddamn English, the Anglo-Saxon, Northumbrian, Welsh motherfuckers. Them Northumbrians are going to welch on the deal. Them Anglo-Saxon motherfuckers are going to welch. Them damn Anglo-Saxons and the Welching of the Angles and the Wales. The Wales will welch the damn Saxons and the Northumbrians, the Vikings, and the Norse. Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Whoa. Are you the Chancellor of the Exchequer? He's got over 100 votes out of the 350 Tory members in the last election. So that's 350. So he's got 111 of the 350. So what's the goddamn fucking 175? 170 is 340, so 175, yep. 175. So once he gets to 175, that's the threshold. Once he gets 175 voters, he's got half. Nobody can beat him. And then once he gets one more vote after that, then he's got it fucking locked. Then it's a lock. So 176, I guess you could say, is the lock. But 175 is the win. And so he's already got 111. So all he needs is, another 64 more votes. And that's how many Liz Truss. If Liz Truss was to give Rishi Sunak her support right now, Rishi Sunak would be the prime minister. Now, Penny Mordaunt had 80-something vote, but then, that damn the TV debates changed shit. He was absolutely right. Tom Gutenheimer thought he was going to, that Tegundhat, he fucking pulled a Tegundhat. That damn Tegundhat pulled a Tegundhat. He said he needed a strong TV debate performance. He got it. And by getting a strong TV debate performance, now it's anybody's game. It could be any one of these, bloomin' wankers. It could be Penny or Rishi or Kemi or Tom. Kemi, Rishi, Penny, Tom, Liz. So where's Jeremy Corbyn at? We don't hear from Jeremy Corbyn anymore. You bloomin' wankers. The rain in Spain lies mainly in the plain. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Here's Liz Truss on July 14th, 2022. I completely agree with the Rwanda policy, Miss Truss. Miss Truss? Hey, Liz Truss. Liz, what's... Hello. How you doing? Liz. Liz. She worked closely with Priti Patel. Oh, racist shit. Fuck. We need to have further reforms in the United Kingdom to make sure that we can really stop illegal immigration. Stop illegal immigration. Don't be racist. I want 3 main things for England, Liz Truss. Liz Truss, I want you to legalize marijuana. Liz Truss, you need to write a constitution. And I would want you to abolish the monarchy. Liz Truss has said that in her younger days she wanted the monarchy to be abolished. But I don't see them ever fucking doing that shit. They will never get rid of their fucking queen. So instead of that, write a constitution with 100 freedoms. Give me a constitution with 100 freedoms, legalize marijuana, and then shit on America for not having universal health care and having a lot of poverty and a lot of homelessness. Help us, help you. Help us, help you. Tom Tegundhat, Tom Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. He hates Palestine. He loves Saudi Arabia. He hates Rwanda refugees. Kemi and Penny and Rishi all hate the Rwanda immigrant. Kemi Badenoch also hates socialism and the diversity departments. Hating socialism, that's the opposite. People can be too woke, but you could also be too fucking asleep. You could be so goddamn asleep, you're a black hole. You could be so fucking asleep, you're a slumbering, lethargic skeleton. I'm so not woke, I'm a damn slumbering, sleeping, lethargic skeleton. Huh. So you really went really far backwards, huh? You didn't just go like an inch backwards. You're like, I'm going to go back to the beginning. Kemi, Badenoch as opposed to it's like Chutes and Ladders. You got all the way to the fucking top, but you get hit 99. And now you got to go all the way back to the bottom. Or is it 92? Kemi, Badenoch as opposed to the diversity offices, diversity departments. Kemi, Badenoch. Ah! Sorry, I just saw goddamn fucking mouse. Ugh. All right.